Greetings, friends and family. Thanks for joining me. Listen, I've got another quick dream I'd like to share. So sit back, buckle up, stand your tick. Come on, grab this here seat and listen. Listen as I share. It looks as though I am looking at the marketplace. It looks as though I'm looking at the grocery store for the first thing. It looks as though there's a young lady. She is coming into her workplace, but she is not expecting the sight that she's about to see. There is a long line there at the grocery store that has already been formed. That's before the store has even opened. And it looks as though this is the weird sight that they have items in their hands already. All right, these are not items that are from the grocery store. These are items that look like they're from home. It looks as though these are household items that they're holding in their hands while they're in line. What stands out to me is the woman that's at the front of the line. She is a Caucasian woman. She's holding a large household item of some sort. And it looks as though she's in talks or negotiations, wanting to exchange the household item that she has in her hand for some of the goods and items in the grocery store. I know it sounds strange, but that is the dream. And I promise, family, I do not make this here stuff up, all right? And it looks as though everyone else in the line also has household items in their hands. They too have items in their hands as well to exchange for goods at the store, believe it or not, all right? So this young woman, she's overwhelmed because there's a long line already waiting for her. But that is not the only store that has people and with lines that have already been formed. It looks as though she's in demand because there are other stores that the same exact thing is happening to at the same exact time. All right, so people have gathered. It looks as though they are in need of items, but they're not paying with money, with cash, with cards or credit cards or debit cards. I know it sounds strange, but that is the dream, family. And I woke up out of the dream. All right, and I always am in prayer, interceding for whomever may be involved, all right, or whatever situation it represents. And so my prayer, as I was praying, what came to mind was scams, all right? First was the attacks, cyber attacks that have been happening maybe in the past few months, all right, here in the States. And what else came to mind was phishing scams, all right? I'm not too familiar with what it was, but that's what came to mind, all right? Cyber attacks and phishing scams. So my prayer was for us to be protected. That's anyone, all right, to be protected, and that's with our financial institutions because it somehow involves money and we're not having those resources or us not having that. So prayer or for just protection over that Wi-Fi, the online service that we're using. And like I said, even our finances as we're banking at home and paying bills online, that those will be protected from scammers, phishing scams, and cyber attack. All right, our finances. It looks as though our finances it took a hit somehow by these scams and plans and attacks from enemies. All right, and so that was my first prayer and my first dream, and that's my prayer also for you and my family as well, my family and my close friends. Hey, y'all, but that's my prayer for us, so we are kept safe and sound from scams, phishing scams, and cyber attacks. All right, even at our workplaces and at home, all right, involving our money. All right, that was dream number one. And also dream number two, please stay with me because I think they're very important and, you know, it's very exciting. So listen as I share. Next dream, it looks as though I am working temporarily. I'm coming in from, I guess, like a temp service. I come into an office. It looks as though these are staffers is what we call them. Staffers that work for legislative officials. Even, I'm not sure whether they're on a state level, local level, or federal level. But it looks like I'm coming in to take someone's place, someone who has been gone for a long time for some reason. I'm not sure. But temporarily, I am working in that person's place. And there are also two other young ladies who are working as staffers as well. They're in the office, but they're minding their business because they've got lots of assignments to tend to. They are working diligently. And I'm coming in and I'm brand new and I don't know the ropes, but I do know this here assignment. And so I come in, I sit at the desk, and it looks as though the desk has already been disheveled. Things are out of order. And there are just a lot of things it's just unorganized, you know, on the desk, which just makes me think that somebody has been gone for a long time. And my thinking is, why don't they just clean this up? Why didn't they clean up behind themselves? Whoever sat here, you know how people, if you're not at their desk, they sit there and they eat their lunch there and they don't clean up behind themselves. This is what happened here. All right, so I'm taking that person's place and working temporarily. But I hear, and this is the focus of the dream, not me working there temporarily. I hear, it reminds me of the insurgent attack, quote unquote. All right, that took place a few months ago here in the States. And I'm looking at the exact same thing, and it looks like I hear the ruckus, all right? Not as loud as we saw on TV. the television as the media exposed, but there is some ruckus outside the door. I hear voices and loud voices of men, and it was disturbing. And I'm looking around. The other young ladies, like I call them, like I said, the staffers, it looks like they already knew what to do. It looks as though they had already planned for this situation in any event. All right, so they went into action. All right, they ducked underneath their desks. And, I kind of like followed suit. All right. But they in the dream, they disappeared after they ducked under their desk. So I didn't know the plan because, like I said, it looks as though they already knew what to do. But I wasn't there the day that they went over, what to do, whatever the plan is in case, another attack happens. And so I just ducked under the desk. All right. And I wheeled myself over to, it looks like the supply office. So I kind of hid out in the supply office. All right, so I was in one of the, how they just hide things in one of the closets. So I hid in one of the closets in the supply office, but I wanted to see what was going on. So I had just a little bit of space so I can see, the doors were just cracked just a little in the closet so I can peek through and see what was happening. And for sure, it was an attack, all right, just not as huge or on a large scale as before, but the same type thing. And there was just one man looking for something. He was looking for someone or something, all right? So he's searching through the office. He's already searched through the office where we had our desk where we were trying to work. Now he's back in the supply closet, and he's just looking. Fortunately, or for me, he did not discover me because he was looking at the items. It looks like he was looking through papers, but it looks like he was looking for someone, a person. But he did fumble through some of the items, like I said, that we were working on, and then he left. So I got out of that dream and I woke up, and my prayers, like I said, was for the people who were involved. All right. And so my prayer is for our officials who are making laws for us. That's here at the state level, local level, and also at the federal level. They are kept safe and sound. All right. And they are not afraid to, make wise decisions and effectively that they make decisions that are for us, the people. All right. And that they feel safe. So my prayer was for protection over them, all right, as they are working, and some of them may be working just for chump change. My prayer is that they are protected and kept safe and sound, and any attack that has been planned, that it is thwarted, all right, it will not come into fruition. Each and every thing that they lift their hand to do will be stopped and found out about by all the authorities, whether that be state, local, or federal authorities, all right. So that was my prayer, that they are kept safe and sound. That's my prayer also for you too, family. All right. And so dream number 3. All right. This is the last one. Thank you for hanging in there this long. Listen. All right. So in this dream, it looks as though I'm looking at a tractor trailer truck. All right. Just a normal scene. All right. But here is the kicker. The truck looks like it has people in the back of the truck. All right. So this is a site that you've seen before. There is a driver. He's driving this truck, and the truck has now been stalled. It is in need of some type of repair. It's pulled on the side of the, not road, but highway. It looks like this highway, it does not have a lot of people on there. It hasn't been traveled a lot, or maybe it's a time of day where people are not on the roads as much. So it's the least amount of traffic that's on the roads. But he knows, the driver, that he does not want to cause any type of suspicion, or he doesn't want any attention drawn to him. So he quickly tries to find out what to do because, like I said, this truck here is stalled, all right? And there are people in the back, piled in the back of this here trailer, right? And it looks like it's toasty. It may be warm outside and very unsafe for those who are traveling in that trailer, all right? And so he's making calls, trying to find out what to do, I guess, from his boss or whatever. But it looks as though somehow the top of the back of the trailer is open. So not the back doors, the top has been kind of like sawed off, and only one person can get out of the back of the trailer at a time, all right, unfortunately. And like I said, we're racing against time because it's toasty and warm out and very unsafe for people who are traveling, persons who are traveling in the back of a tractor trailer, very unsafe. All right, so we're rushing, and he's rushing, trying to get people out. And again, trying to do that without being noticed, all right, which is very difficult. And it looks like he was not as successful as we wanted him to be, all right? So you know where I'm going with this. So my prayer was for the people that were involved, all right, and any illegal immigrants, I think that's what they're called, who are traveling that way, very unsafe in the back of a trailer, that they think that thing through and they are protected, all right, guided back to their home, wherever, or their destination, wherever that may be, without any loss of life. And for the driver, that he thinks twice about completing this here assignment because, like I said, it looks like it was illegal. All right. And so that was my prayer of protection for this here group, the people involved, and even the, like I said, scam or plan to try to smuggle persons. All right. All right, so that's it, family. And so thanks for joining me. Hey, shout me out down below, press like, all right? I hope you heed and listen to the dreams that I've shared. Hey, you can find me on Facebook and also on YouTube. I'm T.Y. Walker of T.Y. Walker TV. And until the next time, family, peace out, all right? And listen as I share.